So what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, April D, your favorite media maven, co-host of the Flew Here, Grew Here podcast, and of course, Media Growth Network. And I have the pleasure of sitting down with none other than the CEO of Revolt, Mr. DeTavio Samuels. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Queen. I'm motivated. I'm energized. Our conversation around your book got me ready to go, so I'm feeling blessed. Everything is good.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's get straight into it, right? First of all, congratulations on another iconic year with Revolt World returning. How are you feeling right now?
Man, I am enthusiastic. I'm excited. This weekend is always a special weekend for us. This weekend feels very, very special. You know, this is our second year doing Revolt World. It's our first year doing it as an employee-owned company. And so, you know, the announcement we made last June, we are now Black-owned and employee-owned. So the people who are making the magic and making the sauce are all equity owners in the project. I believe that brings a different level of energy, a different level of excitement. So I'm excited to see what this team brings to the table. But more than that, for me, I'm always most excited about Revolt World after it's over.
Yeah.
It's the stories of the lives that have been changed, the people that had connections that are going to shift the algorithm in their own personal lives. It's the mentoring and the networking that happens, right? That's the piece that I'm the most excited for. So I'm excited to get to the weekend. I'm excited to have a phenomenal weekend. But more than anything, I'm excited for the testimonials that come afterwards.
Absolutely, absolutely. Last year was my first Revolt World, and I was just amazed at what you guys were able to do. So I'm super excited this year to even see what that looks like. And just kind of can you expand on what Revolt World is cooking up right now to take, because last year y'all had 30,000 plus attendees. What are y'all doing right now to expand that number?
Yeah, look, we've already blown our number out the water from last year. So
wow.
We've already moved more tickets. My forecast is that when you compare year over year, we would have moved probably about 50% more tickets this year than we did last year.
Wow.
So we're expecting a full campus. We have a full programming slate. You want to come listen to Cameron talk about how he built, one of the dopest sports talk podcasts in the game, or come listen to the Black Print where I'm gonna be talking to Cam Newton, right?
Okay.
You can either jump on the basketball courts and do a tournament, or you can go to the gaming room and do a Mortal Kombat NBA 2K tournament. Right? You can turn up with Carisha, please, and Ari's got her cooking show. You can come praise God with Pastor Mike Jr. on Sunday, right? The level of programming is so expansive. So excited to see the programming meet the audience and see again the magic that happens when we're all in the space together. I'm
happy that you kind of named everybody or some of the people that will be attending, because my next question actually, we're saying Revolt World is the biggest cultural event of our time, right?
Yeah.
But we're also in the midst of another big cultural event, which is the elections coming up. So will Revolt World have something that helps bring more awareness to the election and kind of bridge the gap for Black voters?
Come on, man. You know we couldn't let this election happen and not have anything happening around it for Revolt World. You know that we would not be on the doorsteps of what is the most consequential election of our lifetime, the most important election probably in American history, and not have anything from Revolt at Revolt World. And so there are three things that you'll see at Revolt this year that's kind of dedicated to the election.
Okay.
One, we believe that the most important thing we can do with our audience is making sure that their voices are heard. So in order to do that, you have to make sure everybody is registered and we're pushing them to vote. So we will have people on site registering people to vote. Bring us the tens of thousands of people. We want to make sure all of them are excited about showing up to the election and voting and capable of voting. That's one.
Okay.
Two is Revolt has always had this theory where we don't want to tell our audience what to think. We believe that our audience is smart enough and brilliant enough to figure out the right answer for themselves. So what we do is we provide them information from all sides and let them tease it out, right? So this year, 10 on 10, one of the shows that we have that's been deep into the election this year, she's having a great panel conversation with Gary Chambers, an activist, and a brother who's a Republican congressman. So you will see them kind of go head to head on issues that are important to Black America, as well as these two candidates that we have on the national ballot. And then last but not least, we have Lene Vinay of Parking Lot Pimpin', interviewing Jasmine Crockett, who is now one of the co-chairs of the Harris Walker campaign. And they'll be having a deep dive into her policies and things that are happening on that side. So our hope is that throughout all of that, we get people registered to vote, we get people excited to
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I'm so happy that Revolt World is taking a stance on it once again, being the leading voice in the culture for us, right? Okay, so I know for myself why Revolt World is important as a Black creator, right? But for the people on the outside looking in, what would you tell them is like the nucleus of why Revolt World is needed in today's day and time?
Yeah, the analogy I've been using most recently is like my Black Panther analogy, right? Like I really am on my like Black Panther day, stealing notes from their blueprint, right? And so when you go back in time and you think about the Black Panther, what role did they play? Those places where there were inequities in society, those places where society was failing us, those were the places where they tried to fill in the gaps. Okay, let's make sure people got free breakfast, let's make sure they got access to quality health care, let's make sure they have access to the right education. And so in general, that's kind of a philosophy that's powering Revolt, but it's very present at the Revolt World, right? We're going to give our creators free game so that they can get ahead. What we know is that the world will move to our creators, love our creators, let their videos go viral, but nobody's investing in our creators, right? We're investing in our creators, giving them the tools, the resources, the information that they need here. On top of that, other things that we're doing is opportunities for jobs. There's a career fair, there's mentoring. People can have one-on-ones with people who are in the roles that they want to be in the future, but that look like them. We have incredible networking. When you go into the Revolt app, we've got this kind of like Tinder meets LinkedIn functionality. People can come in and find like-minded people to help them get ahead in their goals and their progress. And so just on every level, there's an emerging artist stage, amplifying new artists who are tours taking off. There's just so many opportunities for us to fill the void. The last one I'll talk about is mental health. Mental health is so important. You're going to come and listen to big conversations around mental health, but then you can also go to the lake, take a sound bath, and do yoga and do breath work in a world that is so crazy and so on fire, just providing our people with opportunities to escape, to relax, and to breathe. We also think is a service. So Revolt World is important to me, and then we think Revolt World is important to the community, to creators, because we are literally trying to fill a void. The places where they won't let us talk about our history and give us the information in school, we're going to do it at Revolt World, right? That's the end of Revolt World.
Absolutely. Okay, so before we wrap up, and you can actually look at the camera when you say this, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share to really push people to come out this weekend to see a community that kind of connects the ecosystem of like artists and creators and congressmen and women and dreamers all together?
Yeah, I mean, you just did it, but I'm going to jump up this weekend, Friday, September 20th through Sunday, September 22nd, you have Revolt World happening. It is the biggest, the hottest event, cultural event of the year. We call it the Super Bowl for the culture. You will never see another place that blends live media, information, education, mentoring, networking, entertainment, all underneath one roof. To your point, we've got everybody in the game slated to be here already. You want to talk about the change makers, the leaders, the politicians, the biggest creators, the biggest performers, all gathering underneath one roof. You don't want to miss it. Go to revoltworld.com. Get your tickets. Download the Revolt World app right now. Start networking. Start getting connected so that when you step on that campus, you can make progress with your life. And last but not least, yes, it is all about purpose, but it is also about a party. So if you just want a day party and kick it with us tonight, come do that. Revolt World, something for everybody. You don't want to miss out.
Well, DeTavio, I am so happy that we got to sit down and talk. I cannot wait for this weekend. I will definitely be there. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing whatever comes in the future for Revolt World.
It's been an honor to have you. Thank you for having me. Honor to have you at our studio. Thank you for having me. And thank you for manifesting this moment. I look forward to our next couple of moments together.
Absolutely.
See what those are.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back.